normal day to come. We're here every Wednesday and Friday from 7 p.m. AM 1000. Yep, as usual, the ladies are in. We're missing just but and yes, Lady Lena is a but we're making sure that we're sending her some love. Hello, Lady Lena. We miss you.
We miss you. Sending love.
Sending love, sending love. Okay, not a problem. So, ladies, where are we today? Where are we today? The man gave us a topic. We're back on that subject again, but our turn is tomorrow, so to give them one. But tonight's topic is: would you introduce or allow sex toys in your relationship? So we got the men's point of view last night, and tonight, of course, this is our turn. And of course, who's going to say? Well, it's either between the two of you tonight. But
You go ahead, Miss D.
I'm scared.
yeah,
I'm scared.
go ahead, Miss Angie Pooh. What are your thoughts on them?
I say bring them.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
Bring them.
tell us why.
I feel like toys are appetizers.
Mm-hmm.
It just lightens the mood. We can have some fun. I can get to know you. You can get to know me a little bit different. Like, do she like it like this? Do she like it like that? So I'm all for the appetizers.
Okay, all right. Good, lady.
Yeah, I uh, uh, oh dear. Okay, so I mean, I have to be honest. I can't. No, I'm scared. I'm scared. I can't. I've used them. I can't say that it's
Do
never
you
been.
like them?
I think that it's unnatural.
Hmm.
I think that after a while, I don't want anything to desensitize me. Like, you get used to something that's not real.
Mm-hmm.
So then it makes it harder for the real
No
thing
one.
to be in Oh, why y'all do this to me? So yeah, I can't say I've never had that experience. I can't say that, I think it's horrible or bad, but me personally, I would just like to enjoy the person that I'm with and not something with a battery in it. Because
Okay.
then it kind of gets you to the point where, well, what do you need? What do you need? What do you need him for?
Wow,
Your new man name is Bob, battery operated boyfriend.
Especially if you get rechargeable batteries and you don't even have to buy. You don't need no Duracell. So then it's just kind of like, I want to rely on the person that I'm with. But I do know that for some people that has added, a different aspect to their relationship. Some people it saved their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not knocking anyone. I'm not knocking it, but I would just prefer to, get to know the person that I'm with.
Okay. All right. That is.
I said the same thing. We're getting to know.
Well, and I love when we do the way we started off, and everyone has their round table before we open up the lines and all of that, just to discuss it a little bit. Me personally, I have no problem with them. But at this age, I just, I'm kind of like Lady D. It's just I don't wanna. I don't know how to say. I mean, it's cool. It's cool, but again, like Lady D, I'm just for the person. And after you've had, I've had probably every kind of toy, but it's still No, seriously, I have.
You haven't had the new devices because there's some new news on the
They
market.
got some frightening things out
Yeah.
here, and
But
I'm
see,
just like, you got stuff that stick on the walls, you got
exactly.
stuff that hang from the ceiling, you got
See,
you
but
got
Much work.
when you
you
use certain kinds of toys, it's not for insertion, it's for stimulation.
Right. Certain
And that's
ones.
what that's when you with your partner, that's what the main reason is for.
that allows them to be lazy.
No, that's the thing. You don't know what it's like to be.
You be like, baby, you want me to get the toy? You want me to get the toy? No, I want you to do it yourself.
No. You're at dinner and you have the panties on, and
Yeah,
he has the
no,
remote,
because then
and every now and then, I mean, you had a business dinner. Let me just take y'all there to the scenario. It's
yes,
a business
I will
dinner.
spill drinks all over the table,
And he just,
and
he,
I jump out of my seat when somebody comes and taps me on the shoulder that I can't see. Imagine you sitting eating, and all of a sudden, you in a Bugs Bunny cartoon. You put I've had them. No, it doesn't. I'm going to quote. Look, Mr. Man from the other show gave me my yearly quote. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. It's not for me. I know that it's not now. I tried. It's not for me.
I would just rather, if I can't, like you say, I just would rather my partner. I don't mind the differences and the, just adding something, adding spice. I don't have a problem with that. But I would rather him do the work than, me having to, again, what you jumping for? See, see, like, jumping.
Fly buzzing around in my ear. So imagine if you had given me something that I had to wear that vibrated, what I would have done.
See, okay, I see what you did.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, no, it's not for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just, again, I have to agree with you. Now, again, I'm still not saying that I have not had them. I have not. You can't speak on something if you haven't tried it,
Mhm.
and I'm adamant about that. So if I don't know about something, I'm not going to talk on it. But I just think, after a certain time, and depending on the person that you with, it's they may like it, and to keep the relationship going, and whether male or female,
okay.
it's okay. It's not a problem. I just don't prefer. I will if my partner, if my guy said, okay, babe, I want I don't know. It the topic is interesting because it's another sex topic, but it's not a pro. It's just introducing something. Go ahead, because you have this look on your
Man,
face.
it's a lot of people in here like, ooh, I'm uncomfortable. I don't know what to say.
Now that I'm definitely not uncomfortable.
Okay.
I am just at that point where how can I talk about it? Because I've done it and it's like been there, done that. I think that's the mode I'm in. I think that's the exact mode I'm in. Been there, done that. But like I said, if my guy was like, okay, babe, let's try this, I'm like, okay, I'm down, but you know
So
how I feel
I'm going to
about
take it out of the relationship and I'm going to just talk about how my little teeny tiny friend saved my life.
okay. Okay.
Please do tell.
I'm going to tell. So I got this little teeny tiny friend from Vegas.
Mhm.
It was 1999, no bigger than this.
Okay. And she's holding up the size of probably a quarter,
Okay.
a little bigger than a quarter.
So anybody that ever been to Atlanta, they know 285 is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in traffic on 285. Out of nowhere, boom, it's in my car.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Somebody had to put it in.
Let's just say from now on, my little friend always in my car. She helped me through the roughest of traffic.
Okay. So, but
I don't know if that saved your life or it just made your traffic ride a little more enjoyable.
You never been on 285 traffic. It's crazy. You be like ready to hurt somebody. So, woo, that little my friend Charlotte, thank you, Charlotte.
Oh, you named her.
I name all of them. My daughters, when they were younger, they used to be like, on me. And I said, don't never go in that top drawer.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful what you're looking for. Because if you open it, you're going to look at me different.
So they never went in.
Heck yeah, they went in.
But see, now that's a topic to bring up. What do you do when, I've seen pictures where, situations where, even on Facebook, you have this little boy playing sword. With mommy's little toy.
There ain't no little toy.
No, and then there's the best when you try to travel with it and TSA go through your bag.
That's because y'all don't have the new news. The new news don't set alert. And they look so adorable. And they come in purple, pink. Oh my gosh. Amazon have sales.
That depends on what you buy. Now, if you're looking for something more realistic, like you can't hide that.
But they got something called the humper. The humper is a front piece and a back piece. So you wear it.
Before we get to that,
Oh, okay.
Answer my first question.
Okay.
Would your children find? Because, like I said, you
Mhm.
see kids that find stuff, and how do you explain it? So, how did you explain that to your daughters, and what age were they when they discovered? So,
Well, what age I didn't know what age they was when they discovered it, but when I discovered theirs, they was in college.
oh, okay.
So when I was helping to clean up, because college students. So I found it and I was like, oh, I'm gonna order you some cleaner because you need to clean it like this and make sure that
Okay.
I have no problem talking about sex.
Okay.
We gotta be open.
Okay.
So yes,
That's a good point.
I had to teach them how to look. You use it, and then when you're not with how much, because you're supposed to keep your vibrators no more than 6 months
Mhm.
and get a new one because you'll get bored. So I was telling them, like, this is where you start at. You get the little ones, and this is what this one do, and this is what that one do. I think I could be like do a consultation on vibrators. Already, I can do it. I can tell you what everything do, how it do, what needs this and what doesn't need this, and what I'm telling you, some of these new vibrators, you can have the ultimate. Oh,
But my thing is, does it get to a point where, as you said, Lady D, your partner's either AB or is not as involved as they should be,
mm-hmm.
or are they letting the toy do all the work? Um, or in some cases, are you jealous of the toy because it could get to a point where it just overtakes, and that person who has the toy begins to enjoy that more than the other person. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, you know that they have toys for men and women.
Yes.
So while it's pleasing her, it could be helping him.
See, I don't think men are more into toys
What?
for themselves.
No, I mean it's a togetherness. While I'm telling you, it curves over and then it clamps. So it plays with him while it's playing with you.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I gotta show you a picture.
I have a study. I have a nationally representative study. And again, this is just one study. It's just, one aspect of it. And they were saying amongst heterosexual men who have used sex toys with their partners reported lower levels of sexual satisfaction than those who haven't. Now, the study is clear to say that they're not sure the reason why. It could be that maybe their sexual pleasure was already low to begin with, or maybe because they're using the toy to gratify their partner, that they're ignoring their sexual pleasures in return. So that's just one aspect, study that I've read about. So I mean, there's probably men who enjoy it and it's equally enjoyable to two partners, and then there's probably those who, like you said, could be doing it just to please their partner, and in that ignoring their own pleasure.
Now, that's a good point. That's a good point.
I don't know. I think because even when sex is involved, men always get theirs.
I think that's a misconception that we have, that men are just, it's sex is sex for them. Like, women, it has to be this way, and it has to be, the right temperature, the right lighting, but men can get it any kind of how, any kind of way, and it's great. And I think that's
I don't think that men is great every time, but I do believe that they get pleasured faster and easier than what we do.
Yeah, but I think we take that for granted, and I think we have a lot of misconceptions about men and their sexuality, because it's always been I think it is a little harder for women, but that doesn't mean that it's oh, please help me fix it. So
not a little.
Yeah, I think that's a misconception, and I don't know, and like I said, I don't know what's out there now, because I'm not up on the new, and I think, like you're saying, that they have been, because I think historically sex toys were geared towards women. It's women. So I think slowly they're starting to get stuff that you can use to, for both partners to enjoy. But historically, and I think still today, most of the sex toys are geared towards women.
No.
It's
a lot of toys out there that are
there are a lot.
More now. We mentioned earlier more realistic.
Yeah.
Now our caller, there was a caller we had a couple of weeks ago, and either it was last week or the week before, and he had mentioned, he tried to introduce the topic, but we were already on a certain topic. But he mentioned having to compete with a doll that's lifelike. And I've seen, and it's all type of channels that I watch. So, as you see stuff, and you've seen them, they are actually
lifelike.
They have
dolls.
I forgot
She
what
got
you
like a
call it, though.
whole
They-
mouth
Cyber,
open.
yeah,
Cyber,
cyber intelligence or
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
While you're, I know,
I'll look it up.
scroll
I'll
and
look it
find
up.
that, but
You know, they even got putty that men buy that
To make a
feels like
mold?
like a
to
real
make 'em
vagina.
old.
Oh.
So
Ooh.
it's gushy and it's putty, and they make it
Oh.
into
Mm-hmm.
a bottle.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I know is about cyber skin. Like, no, it's called. What's it called? It's called. Is it called cyber? No, I think because we're saying cyber, I'm thinking cyber.
And that's the
Mm.
one when they're saying
It feels like real skin.
yes.
Yeah. Well, someone said on live that they think that sex toys are useful, and especially when your partner has medical issues.
Yes.
Absolutely. Now we agree with that 100%. 100%.
Okay.
But again, even if my partner has medical issue or had medical issues, I would still be okay without having it. You know, it's just to a point that, and plus, in some women, that constant vibration and
Mhm.
stimulation
Mhm.
removes feeling. It
But if
damages
you
nerves.
change them every 6 months, it's a different kind of stimulation.
I don't think so.
I don't think you've been changing them. Like if you keep Betsy in the drawer for a year, you know what Betsy coming with.
Well, let me say this, and as I said, you know, you can only talk on what Betsy don't make 6 months sometimes. So it's not
Betsy
that
Betsy
you
did
know,
it after two.
Betsy
Betsy
retired.
did.
Betsy did, you know? But you still have to, even in doing that, in some women, it causes nerve damage.
Mhm.
And that feeling is just not there, period. So even if we had like different, it's just not, I would just prefer my mate or just not, you know, as long as we're together. So it's just, that's just my thing. But they now have it where it's all, and as you said, it's so much stuff out here now.
So much of stuff.
It's so much of stuff. And even there is a place here on St. Thomas.
Yes.
And it's been real undercover, which is very unique because you know it's the only either one or one of the only one here, but it's okay.
No, they
No.
have a lot of little
Yeah.
a little shops, different places. They have one big one,
Oh,
but they
no,
have
no.
a lot of little shops in different places, believe it or not. And they also have people that, you know, will order and sell
Yeah.
on
Yes,
island.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now,
they do
see,
have
because
that.
I've been to a party on the island
Mhm.
where they were
Having
selling,
toys,
yeah, they were selling their toys. But also, it's nothing like going to the store and buy a taser and a toy.
a taser.
Mm.
I don't even want to know.
I don't even want to know.
It's a store. It's a store.
You get your taser and
You get a taser and a toy.
Okay, all right. That's certainly not here.
It definitely is in Haverside.
I might need that too.
Yeah, right. I'm telling you, I walked in there. I was like, I love this store. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Take it out there. All right, you all. You're listening to Radio 1 AM 1000. It is your brown skinned girls. And right here on Vantage Point Ladies Edition, we got to pay some bills. We'll be right back. So don't go anywhere.
Angie Pool? Do you know Angie?
Who's that?
Who is she?
Angie Pool? Angie Pool? Do you know Angie?
Who's that?
Who is she? Oh, Angie Poo.
Brittany, Angie Pooh.
Program are not necessarily those of the host, Radio One, its staff, or sponsors of the broadcast.
Hello.
We're
Welcome
back.
back. You're right here with Vantage Point Ladies Edition. We're in the Queendom, y'all. Y'all hear music?
Yeah, we have music.
Okay, I should hear music. Okay.
We don't know how that happened. That's okay.
I don't know. Like, what happened with that one? Okay. Anyway, we are right here and back. I was like, where that music coming from? And it was loud.
It was
Anyway.
jamming. So it was strange that one of our onlookers on YouTube has said that devices, let me say it right. The devices that have no insertion are the best. And I agree.
So it's more for stimulation.
It's definitely more for
Definitely more for
stimulation.
stimulation.
Yes.
Okay. But in a sense, when you're talking about sex toys, you have to go the whole aspect
Okay.
of which part of the pleasure is it being used for.
Yeah.
So whether it's for insertion or strictly sensation, whether in the vaginal area or
The tush,
over the body,
or whatever.
whatever over the
Mhm.
body. So you look at that aspect too, because some people are not stimulated from or cannot receive their pleasure from the big or get the big O
The big O.
from the from
What you say?
insertion.
Under the arm?
We can lick some armpits.
You and your armpit. I ain't looking at armpit.
I ain't licking no armpits. That's just too freaky.
But it's just also how you're using it. So maybe that fills in a different gap in some areas because some people are not at all stimulated by inserting. Some people strictly vaginal. Some people just by touch. You know, you can just touch some people, and that's just like whatever.
I'm just saying, I have 6 personalities, so you never know what you getting in the bedroom. You know?
Well, 3 of them came out tonight, so
I mean, you should dress up, you should put up, you should get up, and you should make up.
but I think it's all a form of foreplay.
Yeah, foreplay is good.
So whether you use use sex toys, but I think dressing up is a part of it.
Yes.
You know. So
the real ones.
The play with
The real one.
fake
The feather.
feather.
Oh my goodness, the feather. Now, see, that's a nice one. That someone could just feather you on the back of your neck, along your collarbone, and
So if you'd like to sit in on Angie Pooh class, email is Angie Pooh.
Angie Pooh 215.
All right, so you've been really quiet, Lady D. I need you to give your input.
It's getting hot in here.
Yeah, it suits you and what livens up your relationship, because sex is important for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So if you know that your relationship is dwindling and it's dying, and you can't do it on your own, then you may need to purchase some toys and put some spice into the relationship. Just don't let that become the basis of it.
Exactly.
There's a lot of things out there. There's swings. I mean, and I think too, like, if you find the right toys, and maybe that's what it is. Maybe I haven't found the right thing.
I can help you, sis.
No, that's okay. I think
My level is just a little high.
you're too excited. I think if you find the right thing, that it can really change your life. And that's what some of the things that I was reading. I mean, the internet is moving slow, but some of the things I was reading is basically there's psychologists saying out there, if you find the right toys, it can change your life. It can be life changing.
See, I said
So
one saved
they
my life.
even have a website for suggested sex toys used by AARP.
Oh.
So
You gotta call
Even for our elderly, that's all right.
That's
now.
all right.
I feel
get it where you fit in.
Okay. Paula, you are live on the air. Please tell us your thoughts. Good night.
I'm gonna just give y'all a little, a little advice. Getting bored, if it's getting bored within your sex life or anybody's sex life, try stepping out the box.
Okay.
Sometimes we get accustomed to just doing one thing, like a routine. You have to learn to explore and step out the box. Get a little wild sometimes, The sex toys business, some men like to get some whips and a little handcuffs and stuff. You have to put some excitement. Sometimes you call. You call and be real sexy to him while he's to work. Like things that you used to do in the beginning when y'all was just, getting together. We need to surprise them sometimes when they come home. But some ladies just get a routine. The man knows she's always home after work. She's probably getting out watching TV, reading a book. Why come home to lay down? You call him. You tell him how you're feeling right now. You're making wonder. You're telling him how you're feeling sexually. Sometimes you have to get started. Say, where you at? Well, I'm going to bring the bathroom, open, bring the bush, bring it.
You sound like you gonna get somebody in trouble on their government job, Some of them just do it. We got some of them that end up on the consortium.
Tell them how you feel right now. Tell them you can't wait for them to come home. We just get in from them to our routine and it gets so boring. So I spice up my stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
I do that.
Oh.
Yeah. You gotta knock on my door because it's locked. You don't have your key.
Go ahead, sister. Tell them how it's done.
Well,
Oh, you got
said you
people
was
home
giving us
taking
tips.
notes. They
You said
taking
giving
notes.
us tips.
Come out. When a man know you, it kills his vibe. When you come home, you're young. And when you do come home, just sexy. When you just down by your cousin or your sister house, just sit out. That little kick sister when you see you coming down your stairs, or you see, and you're rocking the key, you want to know the way. Where she coming from, you know? After spice it up, make him curious. Light up fire again because all fire stick. To step out the box.
Okay.
It is. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh,
Thank you. I like when she said step out of the box.
yeah.
I was like, is the box blue?
And see, I'm so glad she called with that information, those suggestions, because those are things that I forgot about. So now I could get on board with that.
Oh my
And,
goodness.
and that is still, those are still sex toys.
Yes.
Because when you go into those same stores, they have costumes, they have all kinds of things. They have lingerie. They have now you could tie their hands up, put a blindfold on, and get a feather, like creative stuff like that.
Yeah.
You could be Angie
I
Pooh
like
one
that.
night.
No, we didn't.
Why-
Don't ruin her moment. But
Yeah.
now that I can agree. And caller, thank you. Because that's I love when we get our callers in, because sometimes they give you a different view to look at.
Yeah.
And let me clarify, when I said that's not for me, I keep forgetting about all the
non-battery operated
So
things.
boring.
Yeah, but see, I don't like the apparatus.
Okay.
Can we say dildo?
Non-battery
Say
operated,
toys.
Okay.
Toys.
Can we
non-insertion.
the non-insertion, the non-battery operated boyfriends? And I don't like those.
Yeah.
I don't like replacing a real one for a toy. You know,
It's a sister.
it's a what?
A sister.
Assistant.
Yeah. Assistance to the assistant.
Oh, assistant.
Assistant.
Oh, I was like a
Right,
sister.
and
Like
A sister.
and we didn't have no sisters in here. Like what's going on?
And see, that's another thing. It's so many toys. You can be anybody. You can try anything.
Yes, the role play,
Yes.
the different toys, but for me, I just do not like the battery operated boyfriends. I don't like those things. I really don't.
Well, they got something
But
now
if
that don't need batteries.
my significant other again wanted to use it, I wouldn't have a problem, because we were there to please each other. If that excites him, then that's what excites me. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah,
As long
very
as he's
much
excited.
so.
Yeah,
And I think that's what you need to do. Take a moment and be honest with yourself and honest with each other, and explore what you like, what excites you. And it doesn't have to be bought in the store. You know, it can be who you are if you just role play and, just
Got
spice it up.
imagination.
Yeah, imaginate. But you know what? So many people lack imagination.
Some of us don't.
Yes, Angela. We know. We know.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh yeah, and I think that when you remember, and the caller also said, do the things that you did to get the person. Yes. Remember when you were courting, like you call it, how you doing? What you doing for lunch? Like, oh no, I didn't say you, Miss J, but I'm just saying some people may have put on the full court press when they was trying to get, they're trying to get some. So continue to do that.
A full-fledged fashion show going on.
Yes. And the other thing, our caller spoke from the women's perspective, what we can do to excite our men. What I want to know is, what can the men do to excite their women? So, when you first meet a guy, he was all up, saying you had all the compliments and baby, baby, baby. And then it's like, hey, how you doing? So, vice versa.
Like sweet talk.
You don't like this, but it doesn't have to be. different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
Whatever you did to get her, remember that. So some people like
There you
sweet,
go.
some people like that sweet talk, some people like that rough talk, like, you
Yeah.
know, whatever excites you, you know what I'm saying? If whips and chains excite you, you know, remind your partner of that. You know, some people got paddles in the closet. You know.
Wear your collar, but it has a leash to it.
Oh,
Hey, I'm just saying.
bark like a dog. Bark like a big dog.
Y'all a mess. Anyway, but you have more data?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Well, I finally got onto the AARP site, but they're just basically talking about the fact that, you know, older couples, sometimes, you know, you have lower testosterone, you have a difference in blood flow, you know, it's not as easy to become stimulated. So they're saying basically, you know, a good vibrator can save your marriage and change your life as an older couple. So don't be afraid to experiment. And then if it's not for you, it's not for you, but you won't know until you try it.
That's true.
So
That's true. If you choose to try it, go ahead, Angie. Who?
I mean, I just feel like it's so many options out there, and you got to keep the sparks going. We not dead yet.
Definitely agree with you. Definitely
Like,
agree.
I mean, everybody freak level is different. So, you know, I mean, you live in your lane, as my sister Lena would say.
Live in your lane.
Live in your lane. That's right. So if your level is number 9, some of us,
And that's okay.
that's okay.
you might need that toy just to maintain.
Yeah, you're right.
There's some people who, you know,
Are
they're
not sexually compatible.
yeah, not only that, they're not sexually compatible, but they love the person they're with. And then there's some people who may not be full-fledged sex addicts, but they have a very, very high drive. And their partner may not. So in order to stay faithful and just maintain their relationship, you may have to, you know, have your assistance.
Now, see, my assistants. So basically, what I do is I made a promise to my husband that I will allow him to pick out an outfit and a toy once a month.
Okay.
We're 2 years in. He's older. He's working a whole lot. And I got to keep him interested. So, I mean, we've been friends. We were lovers for 8 years. I mean, like, we are 2 years married. So, with that being said, every month he picks out an outfit and a toy of his choice. So, whatever he want to do, and I surprise him because he don't know when he's coming home and see it. So it's like, whoa, that's what that look like.
Okay, now that's unique.
Yes.
That's unique. That's different. You're looking Lady Jim.
No, I'm sorry. I because I had thought of the same concept.
Yeah.
And without the toy, just the outfit.
Okay.
And it never got picked out.
Oh.
They didn't even bother.
Oh. That's sad for them.
Yeah.
But I bet somebody light up. I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up for you later.
But that's the thing, that when, you know, when you have that other person that's so disinterested, that when you try to make that effort, they don't even bother.
See, but you have to find your partner. And your partner is all the way around, like your friend, your homie, your lover, the one you could just sit on a sofa and just laugh at a silly movie, the one you can go to the movies with, the one that you can do these things with. Like, if a person is not into it sexually, sometimes it's hard to influence them. They have to be kind of sort of close to where you are.
Yeah,
in your freaknism, your freaknism.
No, but what if they were, and then it just got to a certain point where it was just like it wasn't important to them. So it's like, you know, you're trying to revive it and spice it back up, because it's not like it was never there, but they're just like, okay, it sounds good in theory and when you talk about it, but there's no follow through.
Now, then that goes back to when we first got on air, was talking about how important sex is in a relationship.
Mhm.
It's all about where it stands with you.
Yeah, and then I mean, you have to be considerate. It may not be important to you anymore, but did you check with your partner?
Mhm.
It might still be important to them.
Mhm.
That's where this
So,
little gift that
yeah.
and it comes in a blue package. You know, I asked my doctor, is there any women?
If there were,
I want a woman blue pill.
And actually, I believe there's some type of
there's something. I don't know
yeah,
what
I
it's
can't
called.
remember what it
I
is,
can't get a prescription.
but there's something that enhances a woman's
Really?
level, and I can't remember what it's called, but I remember reading about it. I am not a medication person
Okay.
at all. If anything, I know there's something natural
Okay.
that can help contribute, and I'd have to go to the natural person here, the the herbal person
Yeah,
here, to find out. But it's I know it's something on the market that allows a woman to uh, reach her point back again.
Yeah.
So, but as you get older, you lose all that. But like our discussion was, how important is sex? At a certain age, will you still be? Well, I guess AARP answered that
I'm
question
saying
for us.
I'm going to be like this. I'm going to be like this.
So you're not 774-8255 or 774. Oh, our lines have been quiet today.
It has.
Our normal callers haven't even so.
It's still early. It's still early.
Maybe everybody broke out their toys.
You know what's so funny? Because you know, I have a girlfriend that had a hysterectomy. You know, we're the hysterectomy sisters, and it's actually a group. And she said when she got her hysterectomy, she told the doctor, "Just don't touch that thing that will keep me going.
Hmm.
But you could do all other stuff with. Take it all out, except that one thing to keep me going."
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. But again, by everybody's bodies are different, and it functions
Yeah.
different, and it reacts differently. It's certain things that tip me over the scale in touch.
Mhm.
So in finding touch, you just got to find your niche of what it is. And we have another caller. Caller, you are live on the air. Please share your thoughts.
Hi, good night, ladies.
Good night.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh.
And,
Okay, not a problem. Thank you, caller.
Thanks,
We
caller.
appreciate that. She got her point there. You want to
Yeah.
say something,
no,
lady?
I was just because I know she said she just tuned in. So
Mhm.
just so everyone knows, the topic tonight is, should you introduce sex toys into your relationship? So it's just a matter of, is that something that we think is good or not good to introduce into your relationship with your partner, regardless of age or
Or if it's already in there. Some people
Yeah.
already have it as across the road.
What? Oh my gosh, who are we talking about?
got a closet in
We got a whole closet room.
Dungeon
Yes, yes, yes.
I think more people than you would imagine have that drawer, and it's like, dude, if you don't want to know, don't go in there.
Don't go in there. Don't go in there. You know, and please, ladies, continue. Go take classes. You know, they got these classes. You too can be Beyonce.
And they do. They have the pole class.
Yes,
the pole dancing
Yeah,
class.
my first time doing the pole classes, I was doing a suicide, came down, cracked my neck, and I realized pole dancing is not for me.
Okay,
Oh, oh dear.
Yeah, yeah.
They
I,
just
I wanted to take
got
the
me out the
class.
mood.
I might have to stick to chair dancing or something. 'Cause, I
It's all
cracked my
in
neck.
grip. And I came down and did a suicide, and I said,
And again, we're not thinking about it. All of that is including with sex toys. There's some people who have poles in the basement, poles in their
In the
bedrooms, and that
portable
is
pole.
that's a non-insertion, non-battery operated toy.
We can put a pole in here. We can have pole classes in here.
It's the queendom or the she shed, not the strip club. It ain't that type of party.
Okay, all right, but the collar did make sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
very much so. And depending on again how you take care of yourself,
Mhm.
and how you, because I think a lot of the issues is just because you're not paying attention to it.
You know what? I'm going back to the first caller, and she seems so comfortable talking about sex. Some people that are our age or a little younger, they feel like sex is taboo. You know, people still in their phase where they be like, okay, we can't really
You
talk
think
about
younger
sex.
people think sex is taboo?
Some,
Yeah.
I'm older. Yeah, I'm
On this
older
side?
than yeah.
How long you been here?
I've been here 2 years.
No, you ain't been here long enough.
Yeah.
No, I think it's the other. Well, not even the other way around. I just think that I think that there are certain people of a certain age range where they just don't talk about it.
That's what I said. They don't talk about it like it's taboo.
But I think it's like older. I don't think it's our age or younger. I think it's way older. And not that it's so much taboo because they're doing it. They're just not talking about it, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Like the caller said, she didn't realize what was going on with Nana and Pop Pop. But they was getting it in our ARP style.
When the door is shut and you hear something knocking, rocking. What they say when you do the door is shut and you hear something rocking, don't come knocking.
Yeah. As always, we got to take another break real quick. We will definitely be back. You are right here, Radio 1 AM 1000. We want to thank our viewers.
Yeah, we got some viewers.
YouTube who are watching us. We appreciate you. And those that are listening on radio1000.net, we appreciate you. And those of you that are listening right here on Radio 1 AM 1000, we appreciate you. We will be right back with more of Vantage Point Ladies Edition. So don't go anywhere.
Don't go
Tonight's
nowhere.
topic again, just in case while you're thinking on it while we're on vacation, is I'm not vacation.
On vacation? You ready for vacation?
on break. We are talking about is it what was it? I just lost the
Should
words.
you introduce sex toys into your relationship?
Yeah.
Should you introduce sex toys in your relationship? Anyway, we'll be back, y'all. Don't go.
Let's talk about vows and the best made me talk vows. Let's talk
Tuesday and Thursday, 7
vows in your
Vantage. Each edition, we will be discussing topics from our bands Point of Pharaoh and Mel Walters. So you don't want to miss it.
Cry, cry.
Yeah, but it has been that way all day everywhere, especially at work. It sucks. Back. Welcome back to Vantage Point Ladies Edition. You're sitting in with Miss J,
Lady D.
Angie Pooh.
and hey, Lady Lena. We
Hey,
missed
my
you.
sister. My sister.
A little under the weather, but we're showing her some queendom love. Tonight's topic, you all, is tell them, Lady D.
Should you invite or introduce sex toys into your relationship?
And we're pretty much all on the same of saying yes. It's just in different ways that we said yes.
Yeah,
in
keep
different
it
levels.
spicy. Keep it alive. Do what you have to do to keep your thing going.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever works for you works for you.
Okay. We have a caller.
Caller,
Please.
caller.
You're live on the air. Please share your thoughts.
It's me again.
Hey, Miss.
I think if you are not excited, you know, if you're comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
it's better than going and bringing another one out there and having sex with other partners. Have your little, your interlude in your home.
Mm-hmm.
So I like the Hancock.
Okay.
Me too.
All right, bondage girl. You. Okay, Miss Bondage. All right, you like the handcuffs.
guess the next time probably I might try a Silver Fox. Ever remember the Silver Fox group?
Oh yes, that's for the older people.
Oh no, these elbow man, they looking good.
Yes,
They do.
yes.
They do.
Oh
The
my
Silver
gosh.
Fox, yeah,
Yes, yes,
yeah.
yes.
Some of them be like, "Hey, Zazie."
Oh, trust me,
Yeah,
I have.
I have. I got one. I got one.
Well, I can't.
There, there is just something about a man with a well manicured gray beard. Okay.
Mm. Mm.
They're looking kind of good.
Hey, Zaddy.
They need to take a trip down here.
I didn't say that.
You know, but I'm saying that they look like they take better care of themselves than some of the young men, you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
These young men have this pot belly, you know, they're not dressing good. I like a nice whole package, mentally, physically, you know, smell good. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But I just making a joke. I might not find one of those. So
You ain't joking. You serious? You know you serious.
She's serious. She about that life.
She about that life. All right, Carla, thank you. We appreciate it. One of us can check into Silver Fox.
If there's any Silver Fox on a line, call us.
All right, Carla. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Silver Fox, tell me again what it is. Not that I'm looking.
Are like mature. They're well kept. They always wear clothes that fit. That's one thing I've noticed. They dapper dans. Remember dapper Dan back in the day?
Mhm.
Like they're like that. They're well kept. They're cleaned up, and they got their stuff together. Their bodies look good. They
Oh, so it's a dating site.
no,
Oh,
it's a man. It's a type.
okay.
It's a type of man.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I just know that they had a post on Facebook one time with a bunch of them,
Yeah.
and it was like, no, just it was just on Facebook, and it was just picture after picture, and it was like, oh,
And you see him, they be like, he's 66, he's 70, he's
and they
30.
and like the caller said, they look better than some
Yes,
of
they
these
do.
young men. Like, yeah,
And they look good, girl.
Okay.
You can
Come
smell
on,
them through the picture.
come on, Pop, come on.
No, we call him Zazie.
I ain't calling nobody Zazzy.
Okay.
I'm not doing that. I have my father, and I love and respect
That's
him.
why he's Zazie, not your
No,
dad.
not with a Z, not with an H. No. We're gonna have to find another name.
All right, Carla, thank you for that call, Carla. We appreciate your thoughts. And but that was interesting to say because when she mentioned her toy, not battery operated at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's handcuffed. So it's certain it just whatever is your flavor. So I could do the hand, well, of course, but the handcuffs. Not me. But this was not a battery operated boyfriend. So, everyone's their way. And the way she said it, you could hear smile.
Yeah.
I just do not like anything that's not the real thing. I have a problem with that.
Okay. I am not going to take your warm and fuzzy away. If you say
no, because
the
it's
friction
not right.
ain't right, it's
No,
okay.
and even though it's whether it's rubber, whether it's gold, I don't give a it's just it doesn't do me.
It needs to have a post.
Right. It needs to have a post.
They do have those too.
Yeah, they have
Everything you
not
need,
post,
they got.
post.
They posted.
That pulsate, pulse.
Did you know that
Blood flowing.
the shower
veins.
head is a toy nowadays?
Yes,
Oh yeah.
yes. So the detachable.
That's the
don't-
detective. Oh, what
Somebody trying to climb up.
you get on it? You get in the shower?
Look, if you watch Love and Hip Hop, Nene made that shower curtain rod famous. So they don't get people trying to climb up to the shower head in their bathrooms and then call in and say, "Look, I
We listen to
broke
the
my
show.
hip. You told me that the shower head was a toy.
No, not a.
Only if you can detach it."
You can, but the ones that are detachable, yes,
And make sure they got levels.
that you can, yeah, because
Switch.
you not only, but it's funny, but the vacuum.
Now you know what? You beat me now. Stop. You
No,
beat
let
me.
explain.
Okay, because I heard a man with the vacuum, but go ahead.
With a man with a vacuum.
Y'all about to get somebody hurt.
The vibration.
Okay.
Vibration of vacuuming.
Wait.
You might as well
The vibration of
I'm just saying.
Oh.
It was,
I don't want to talk about
what I'm saying from it.
Okay.
So porno. It was a porno, and the woman was vacuuming, and she took the vacuum and she utilized that, not inserting, but just vacuuming.
okay.
Wow. I'm intrigued.
First off, you're speechless, and that's a shock right there. Anyway,
Wait, the vacuum cleaner?
yeah,
I ain't
but
never
the
heard of.
old one, not
Wait, the Hoover
the old Hoover. Yeah,
or the Bristol?
whichever one. Yeah,
Wait, I gotta see. Wait, hold on. So you do the vacuum. Wait, when she put she put the vacuum
No.
she was like
Oh God, the whole phone lit up. All right, callers.
we got some calls.
So you are live on the air. Please share your thoughts.
I like her.
Because y'all stuck on the sex toy business. You all need to find up the relationship. Like, when you were 18, 19, 20, whenever you start. Step out of the box. Like when women get a certain age, at a younger age, as despicable, but they know that that's what a man likes. And, I keep hearing I've been sex toys with their husband or the boyfriend.
Well, that's the topic, caller.
Okay, but listen to this. Imagine you have something.
She's cracking herself
I'm
up.
sorry, I have to laugh. Imagine you have a toy that belongs to Bigfoot.
Okay.
And he uses it with you. He's not going to look at you the same. Because his personal toy is not the same
Yes.
as the toy that you brought to him or brought to the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
That you differently, like, I mean, that's friendship.
Yeah.
So we have to be,
Be careful.
with the toys.
Yeah.
I tell her, the chain, the handcuffs, the whip. These are toys that man enjoy. The balls that you put in your mouth. These
Gag balls.
So,
The gag balls.
yeah.
This is my system.
But if you use a sex toy, make sure it's the same size because you don't want to.
Okay.
You don't want to go just walk and take out some big foot.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Were you doing? Were you going with that? Were you doing with that?
Yeah. You have to be nice.
Okay, Carla.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. With that being said, I mean, the bigger ones are not pleasurable.
Mm-hmm.
They're not.
They're not.
They're not. No
Well,
matter what.
I will
I
say
like the small
the
little
smaller
dainty
ones.
ones. That's, little
Like
cuties.
a bullet.
The bullets are good, but bullets, you should only keep them twice a month, once a month, and get a new bullet.
They don't last up.
They don't last long. Look, it don't not last long for you.
Well, I will say this to what the caller said in some of my research. That was one of it's it was a reason and also a misconception. So
Uh-huh.
there's they said there are studies that there's a misconception that if you use sex toys on your partner, that means that you're unable to pleasure them. And
Gotcha.
then they also said that it can, if your partner is not confident, it can also make them feel inadequate or uncomfortable when they're seeing how much you enjoy the sex toys as opposed to just having sex with them.
Mhm.
So it can cause inadequacy and uncomfortability in your partner,
Mhm.
depending on who you're dealing with. And so what she's saying is true, especially if there's some toys that look, I know you're saying that they're not pleasurable, but for some people they are. There are people that enjoy large things,
Mhm.
and the person you're with may not be that size, so you may find that woman that's what they like, and it's more enjoyable than the person that they're with, and that can be a problem.
Okay. True. It's much larger than
Yeah,
you have problems.
You don't have problems.
you're gonna have problems. So I think what the caller said is, you really have to be mindful of that.
Yes.
Well, when you get into the toy experience, make sure you take care of them because they take care of you. So, it's good advice to, put a little thing on top of your toys, clean them up real good, shine them up. You ever see, men clean their guns, you clean your toys.
I know that's better.
You ain't gonna last that long. You ain't gonna last that long. So it don't matter to her.
But you're very correct because that brings bacteria, that brings
Exactly.
germs.
Mhm.
You definitely want to keep them clean. So that is an important part as we are talking about them.
Yeah.
Even introducing them, you still want to, if it's your first time, you still want to clean it properly and
Yep.
make sure um
But
that it's
they have condoms for toys. I'm telling you, you would not be able to tell the difference. And see, that's the thing. You have to close your eyes and leap. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm new here. I just flew here.
Again, we're not knocking whatever floats
Mhm.
someone's boat. I'm all for definitely what the caller said. We have to continue to spice up,
Mhm.
do the things that we did before to keep. But I also want to say, and needs to make sure that they're stepping up to the plate and doing what they need to do. Well, now, if there is whether they're having issues performing or whether they can or not, you still always have to find something that's different, for your partner. Everyone should be open to say, okay, honey, what is it that you like? Sweetie, what is it what you like? It should be a balance somewhere.
Yeah.
I know what my man likes.
Yeah.
He knows what I like. So if it's an unbalance somewhere,
Mhm.
somewhere you need to go back to where you were before. Somebody needs to think about, okay, how was it before? Where were we before in this relationship before we got to here? How did we do it before? So,
Yeah.
but I'm all for adding spice, and that's including the handcuffs and the role play. It's all part of the toy scene. Not, as I said earlier, it's just the toy itself.
Now, we are talking about introducing toys to your relationship. That doesn't mean that you go have a relationship with your toy. That is cheating.
Yeah.
That is
Shame
cheating.
Bob.
You're cheating with your toy. So we're talking about together, unity. Can your relationship survive if you get caught cheating with your toy without your partner?
Yes.
Oh, no. He would be so mad. Like, oh, you can wait for me? Oh, wait, why? I thought I'd do that.
But I think that too is what causes that insecurity when, you know, you wait till he go in the shower and you just finishing up when he comes out, and it's like, well, dang, like, can I get some? You know, so I agree with you, Angie Pooh. If you have to be mindful. See, why I gotta be like that? I know. So why you know, you have to be mindful that you're introducing it into the relationship.